Hello people, it's Christmas 2020. Thanks for tuning in. Please click subscribe, click like if you like. Don't forget the bell symbol, that'll appraise you of any videos coming up. The video you're about to see was made before Christmas, but it's Christmas Day today and I'm editing it today. So I hope you're all having an amazing Christmas 2020 and let's get on with the video. Am I in the frame?
Yes.
Looks like it's pointing that way. Ostensibly, having a day of admin, I have achieved absolutely zero, nothing. That is an intermediate three-way valve, 22mm diameter three-way valve. Looks like Honeywell, but it's actually a cheap knockoff called a tower. If you have an actuator valve that is Honeywell or Drayton, Tower, any of the above makes, if you take the head off, can you swap the head round a Drayton for a Honeywell? Will the valve itself, the valve body, is that universal? Do you often need bog roll when you're in other people's houses and they're not there and there isn't any bog roll? So that's why I carry that. North transept, and then behind the trees there is the West End and scaffolding, which they've got new scaffolding up. Next year, I'm hoping to Music Man. That wasn't the intention. People who commented that the weapon clearance was somehow related to not being paid again. Don't worry about it. It's okay, I'm going to say goodnight now. And thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you again before Christmas, but until then, oh, I need my mask. I'll see you again before Christmas, but morning people. I really don't feel like saying good morning. It's 5 o'clock and I wish I'd been in bed for a bit longer than 4 hours, but still. It was my sister's 50th birthday last night, and so we were up till 10 on a Zoom meeting, 10:30, I don't know. So I'm just about to head off to Hove now, and we've got a second fix today. Okay, I'm ready to go in now with the second fix. Just need my other phone. Oh, there it is. The phone. And I'll show you around the property. Okay, so there's a nice and deep setback with 35mm boxes, setback 20mm, so you've got 55mm clearance. And the refurbished 1930s models, Crabtree switches. I'm going to go on here. I'm quite nervous about it, to be honest. I'm quite nervous. I've not done any switches like this before. And then up the top, so let's see what we can do. It's about midday now. I'm just going to show you the first of these switches that I've done. So we've got a piece of plywood in there, which this mattress has to go onto. I'm going to screw it in there with one screw, maybe put another screw in here, and then we've got to feed these wires through and into the back of this ceramic switchback, and then push it back, and the cables will hopefully be contained in there. It's very fiddly. It's very fiddly. I've done 2 of those dolly switches now, and I'm on to the two-way. Here we go. And this is the two-way Art Deco switch, and I'm not exactly sure how to wire it up. I'm trying to work it out at the moment. Trying to work it out. Right, basically, I think this was an intermediate switch and not a two-way. So I've tested it with the continuity meter, and what it seems like is that this is actually connected to this terminal here. So it actually is. I don't know if I can get it so that you can see that. There we go. So that's with the rocker as you'd expect in there, and you've got no continuity. You've got correction. Do you have access to? Do you need to weld? So you've got no connection there, and you've got connection there, and that is because this side of the rocker, this terminal here, is continuous with this terminal, even though it doesn't look like it. So that's your common. That's your common. And that's with one strapper on. No, without the radiator going black. There's one strapper on, and this strapper's off. Let's take off the. And if I push the switch down and turn the rocker onto the other side, then that terminal comes into play. So that saves the day slightly. It's 10 to 7 now, and I've just arrived at the church for a practice. I got the second floor done, except for a bathroom that isn't ready to be second fixed, and the Nest Protect fire detector, which doesn't have room behind the way that it connects. It's got a bespoke 2-conductor lead plug. It's not a lead, it's 2 conductors with basic insulation on both that plug into the back of the device. which needs enclosure of some sort, and also connecting to two quite fat 1mm 3-core unearths. So, which is just what's been installed. It doesn't have an interlink cable because it's wireless, but it's but the cable is 3-core unearth. So there's no room to do those terminations. So that's all got to be drilled back out of the wall and hooked round a nogging and brought back in to the room another direction, so that we can cut in the drywall and all the connections can go into the void space. I thought I was going to go back there tomorrow, so I left all my tools, and then the owner came round, and then I phoned Steve, the boss, and it turns out I've been put on another job tomorrow, a fuseboard change. It's only a small one, so hopefully I can get that knocked on the head before 4 o'clock in the afternoon and get back over to the house today and finish off one of the light switches. I had to just quickly clear everything up, which took about 20-25 minutes, and get out the house for him to lock up. So good morning, people. It's 4:15 and I'm about to drive over to Brighton to start a new consumer unit change and get finished up a bit early so I can go into the place I was in the last video and get a light switch sorted out, one of those 1930s light switches. And I am also going in for we're going to have a bit of supper at a tandoori restaurant, but that's in the evening and that's more than 12 hours away, so we can forget about that because COVID might have passed by then. I always find it a lot better travelling at this time in the morning, traffic wise. It can take me up to an hour and a quarter otherwise, and or sometimes longer, but if I go now it's only half an hour's drive. So I'm going to sleep in the van when I get there, and then pick up materials and go to the letting agent and get the keys, and then we'll start on the job. Yes, car park in Hove, Portslade, and there's Yes. I'm just gonna get my head down for a couple of hours. It's, well, probably longer than that, 2.5 hours. It's just 5:01 at the moment, and I've got my duvet and my black pillow here in solidarity with all those stuck in Dover, sleeping in their cabs, not as comfortably as I. So we got here, had to wait for 9 o'clock for the keys, and I've been up there. We go into the door, somebody, that's fine, it's still open, it's very dark. In this cupboard here, we take the fuse out. The isolators are all in there anyway, and I've just switched it off, and it's a question of getting everything over here. Then I always end up taking more than I need, and then your heart sinks when you see it. Let's just see that the lights off. This tiny space, which is obviously being built on afterwards. So I'm going to put a new consumer unit in there. It's not a job I'd take on if it was me working for myself. I'll go and get the rest of the stuff. I'll go and get my tools and everything, and I'll see you back here. So, unlike a lot of other YouTube sparks, I don't get to a job full of enthusiasm and great sort of cheer. I come to a job like this, I see I must remember to keep the camera still for you guys. But I see a house like this that has been converted into flats, and look, they're quite nice houses in this street. There's one that hasn't been converted into flats, so you can see the sort of properties we're looking at. It's obviously been converted into far too many flats. We've got 4 flats in this building, which is originally a family home, squeezed in here. There's no table, there's no room for putting anything down. And then this is your consumer unit, and this is what I've got to get to. I mean, it's... Am I just a big girl's blouse? Or... yeah, I probably am. I know when I take that off, there's going to be... I know I'm projecting at the moment, but the cables, the conductors are all going to be too short for the new consumer unit. There's all the hacking about of the new consumer unit, which I've got to do, and I'm going to go and get a dust sheet for it.
Well, but it's called the same
protection. So
yeah.
you would. Yeah.
I mean, when the cat goes missing,
oh, it's horrible.
They chip them before you receive it.
I see. Would you do it? I mean, I'm told it's cost around 20.
It's a bit painful, but I think they did it. They do it when they sterilise the cats in the cat rescue.
Oh, wow.
They do it then.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's a sort of double whammy, really, isn't it? Joan, how extraordinary. Well, I'm very, very honoured and privileged. Joan, thank you. Look after those cats. Have a good Christmas. Thank you for that. Shirley in Ottery St Mary, you're on the radio. Hello.
Hello, hi. I've got 2 cats.
Oh, yes.
And my neighbours, well, there's quite a few cats around my area, but during lockdown, when it's been going for about 3 weeks, a very skinny but very friendly little cat turned up. It came dashing up to me. I hadn't fed it or anything, but I was getting really worried because it obviously was lost. And whether I could get an appointment to see if it was microchipped and whether I could go down that avenue to find its home. And then when I told my neighbour about it...
Okay, I'm going to chop the whole back out of whatever consumer unit they've supplied. I'm just going to chop the whole back out to let these cables in, because I'm not mucking about. I don't muck about on a job like this.
Social media, which, as I say, I don't...
Nicola Sturgeon was spotted speaking to 3 women at a bar at a distance but without her face covering. Under Scottish rules, customers must wear one when moving around. 3 police officers have been shot, as with friends, family and colleagues of the officers it killed. Sir Tim Rice has called 2020 a disaster.
Look at this kind of mess you get from these when you remove them.
Put on hold because of the impact of the pandemic.
In all fairness, it's not too bad.
His collaborations with Andrew Lloyd Webber and Elton John.
But if we've got an RCBO board, it might be better for reach. Some of these I'm going to have to extend using the ideal
in the city a short time ago. The FTSE 100 was down
joiners.
At 64.44. The pound twice $1.34 and.
Well, I'd like to be in the position where I'm talking about consumer units I like and I prefer this make from that make, and this is why I'm installing it. But actually, this is Wilex and it seems quite solid. The reason for selecting any particular mark of consumer unit in these situations is purely down to size and dimensions. We do not have the luxury of, you know, changing to different fuse boards, you know, because we prefer them. The rate at which these fuse boards are being replaced, 2 or 3 a day, mean that just ordering the right fuse board comes down to millimeters and dimensions, and I think it's just left up to the supplier to select the one that they find closest. I've considered actually getting rid of this whole cupboard and saying stuff it, let's just rip it out, but no, I'm not doing that. The tails are not going to reach, so they're going to need to be extended a few inches, which is annoying. Although I'm going to have a jolly good try at getting them in. And this is where you'll see the real compromise in standards between my work and the work I'm doing as a subcontractor here, because there just isn't time on the statute books to basically bunch all this together in an adaptable box, extend everything and mount the consumer unit outside of this cupboard, that's the way I would approach it. It's not the rubric that I've been left for this, and I will possibly approach this topic tonight when I meet up with everyone. Hey?
So they had your home swimming?
Don't know. So we're extending these gradually using through crimps. Ash has turned up and he's preparing new lengths with the crimps, and I'm going to go down and get the board cut out, the back of the board cut out with the angle grinder and the hole saws.
So I reckon she's going to go, oh, go and grab your keys for your job, first job in January, so I've already gone.
I don't have any two-way push ones. I've got the three-way ones, have I? Yeah. So just extending the earths now, and I've cut the arse out of this, as you can see. It's nice and smooth. I used a flat wheel to smooth it off, so I don't think we're going to need any grommet strip on that. I'd have extended them all in a adaptable box here, taken them up if it had been my job, and put the consumer unit up here without asking the client, I think, just because consumer units are meant to be at, what is it, 1400? Meant to be at 1400.
I think we might need some, what do you reckon, 10 mil? Or do you reckon that'll fit? Might just get it, mightn't we?
I think it's,
I don't know.
it's edgy. I'm gonna have to go and get some. I've got what I've got is tri-rated 16mm to join to it. I can do that.
Let's do that now. Cool. Every day.
Oh, well done.
Yeah. Right. Have you got them screws, mate?
Yeah.
What are they?
It's washers if you need them.
Shouldn't need them, should we? I think I might put washers on it actually.
Will it?
Yeah, mate. The only problem is you can't make them look tidy. Tighten all them up at the end.
You did well, and together we got that done nice and quick. So the time is now 1 o'clock. Yeah, 1 o'clock. So we had it done, and there's your new consumer unit. See what a tight squeeze it is, and there are the active controls, protective units. Yeah, so there was nothing wrong with the bonding, which was good. So the bonding we didn't need to do. But the camera battery ran out towards the end, so we didn't get the end of that little jaunt. Just taking the rest of my stuff down and locking up, leaving it how we found it. Might put them in there. Hello, Ed.
He's back.
Hello, Ed.
Let's create some order in the chaos.
Yeah, I told you I'd try and get back before I finish today. Yeah, some of that clearing up was mine.
No, I'll do that. I'm happy to do that.
I had to put fuseboard in this morning.
Oh, really? Big job.
Bigger than it needed to be. Always is. Always is bigger than it needed to be.
We haven't got power for about half an hour.
It's okay.
They're replacing the smart meter
Oh,
downstairs.
good. I've got my lights to come up. One job. There's a bit of a favour for someone. You know, boat yard. Yeah. So, there was for this. Mirror. And got to go and get screws and Wagos. Where you go? Yeah. Screws and Wagos. Now it's downstairs to do the staircase two-way lighting. I've done this one, and I actually drilled through the cable, and I had to do a repair in the cable because I went and drilled the screw through the cable. So now we're on to these ones I did. That's nice colours, isn't it? I did yesterday, and we're going to do the downstairs one for this, which is circuit number S23.
Intermediate also, but I haven't got it yet.
You haven't got an intermediate yet?
No.
So we need an intermediate.
So I'll come to next week. Let's check which ones they were. Oh, here.
How long did that take to get when you ordered it then? How long did
Only
it
quick,
take?
but it's Christmas. So this guy, I find it through eBay or Facebook or whatever, I'll just Google. I ordered just 5.
So I haven't connected.
Suppose you order a certain amount and you treat them.
S24.
Well, this is all to private sales because it's just people who redoing the house, they don't want the switches in the house, and they put them off for sale. And then I get them and I'll send them off to Wales to refurbish.
Is L23 any L24? Does that ring a bell with you?
L24 is then light 24.
Might it be the second floor?
It goes up. Yeah, the numbering goes up.
Right.
Because we started downstairs.
Oh, right.
There's definitely a lighting cable from here up to there.
Yeah.
And then we went like that and then downstairs as well.
Yeah.
So then we put all this side first and it's wrong to get moved all the way here.
Yeah. Okay, so L24 has 2 switches. Because that's the last one. This one and upstairs.
Right. So I need to make L24 come back down here as well, don't I? So I need to connect this cable.
Is
somewhere.
L24 is in there, no?
Yeah, L24's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in to the video again, and this is the last one of the year. It's Christmas Eve tomorrow, so this is the last day of work for now. I hope you've clicked subscribe. Do click the bell symbol if you want to be alerted as to when my videos are coming out, so you don't miss any. And do click like, because I understand it does help. Thanks for all your support over the year, and we'll look forward to next year meeting up back at this place, doing the same old job on the staircase and whatever follows from that. We've got a big refurb, remedial work in a big millionaire's house, and a number of other things coming up, so do keep tuned in. Have a very happy Christmas, and I'll see you later.